guys! Oh, welcome back to my chart ruler series. Okay, so in today's video we're going to be looking at the wonderful Sagittarius rising chart ruler. First and foremost, before we do get into this, if you do not know what the chart ruler is within astrology, then I would like to point you into the direction of my chart ruler intro video. Okay, so by having a Sagittarius rising, this means that the biggest planet of them all, Jupiter, is your chart ruler. I'll be discussing the meaning of Jupiter to begin with, followed by the role that Jupiter will play in your life, and then we're going to finish off by assessing how you can interpret your Jupiter placement within your birth chart. For more information all about Jupiter though, then please be sure to check out my Jupiter in Astrology video. On a side note here, quick side note, Jupiter is also the traditional ruler of Pisces. Alright, so Jupiter was associated with the mighty Zeus, the king of the gods. And it was Zeus who was all-knowing because he was able to see everything. Much like the Sagittarians are able to see the bigger picture in things. It was Zeus that had this view that was so wide and expansive beyond time and space. Therefore, Zeus was confined by no man, no place, and no thing, nothing. And this is exactly what the symbol of Sagittarius represents as well. I don't know why I'm going like this. Maybe it's that Jupiterian happy-go-lucky energy rubbing off on me right now. Yeah. But yes, for the symbol of Jupiter, we see that the personality is then being risen above the cross, and it's no longer being confined by it. The personality is symbolized by the crescent, associated with the moon, as I have explained in previous videos in this series. Therefore, it is Jupiter that is connected with the super consciousness. So whilst we do have our conscious mind and our subconscious mind, with about 90% of our actions being done subconsciously, amazing, incredible really if you think about it. But did you know we also have or possess a super consciousness? It is a superconscious mind that encompasses a level of awareness that sees both material reality and also the energy and the consciousness behind that reality. It is the source of who and what we are in our highest spiritual reality. It's also known as the higher self. I really hope you're beginning to see exactly why Jupiter is also the traditional ruler of Pisces as well. Can you see the linkages here? If you've seen the Pisces rising chart ruler video, then I hope you're making the connections. Therefore, whilst the moon represents our subconscious self, our inner self, Jupiter represents our super conscious self, our higher self. And whilst Mercury represents logic and reasoning, and I bring Mercury into this because Mercury rules the 3rd house, also rules the 6th house, but in relation to Jupiter, the 3rd and the 9th house, so Jupiter rules the 9th house, Mercury rules the 3rd house, they are opposite one another. So whilst Mercury represents the logic and the reasoning, Jupiter represents understanding and judgment. It's all good and well to be logical and to have a reasoning mind, but to actually understand the message, to actually understand it, well, that's Jupiter. It is Jupiter that does everything on a much higher scale. This planet is able to expand everything that he touches, providing such optimism, generosity, and success. But mostly, Jupiter seeks to know the bigger questions of life. It is him who is the guardian of law and religion and wants to know its purpose. Asking questions like, what is my purpose on this planet? And I do think that this is quite interesting because the thing about religion and different concepts of life, you know, different philosophies and things, is that so many people want to know what it's all about. So many people want to know sort of what is their purpose in life and why am I here? And what is this all really for? Thus creating these belief systems believing in something that we believe to be so true, so true. But yet, what is true? It's these things that really provide us with a sense that life is not just this collection of random events, but they have a meaning and a purposeful intention to them. I would like to bring in Alan Watts into this equation right now, because Alan Watts, he was a philosophical genius, to say the least. He had his own theories and concepts about the universe, and so he came up with this sort of 3-type model in his mind of what the universe could be. Now, one of these models was known as the fully automatic model of the universe, and it's really going by the concept that nothing, pretty much nothing, has meaning here, and that everything here is just, it's random, that it's all just random. But the thing with this particular model or concept is, well, if that is the case, if everything is so random and just erratic and it's unexpected and there's no real, I guess, meaning to it, if that is the case, then why do you dress yourself each morning? Why do we take the time to develop meaningful relationships with other people? Why do we work our asses off for so many years to achieve a goal that we're striving to accomplish? Therefore, surely there must be a meaning. But like I said in the Pisces chart ruler video, maybe it's nothing. Yeah, maybe it's nothing. But maybe nothing is everything and everything is nothing. It's the mighty Jupiter that really wants to explore it all. Okay, so now with all that out of the way, what role will Jupiter play in your life by having a Sagittarius rising? By having a Sagittarius rising, your story is, in fact, a very adventurous one. Your outlook on life is that of sheer discovery. You are the person who grabs their backpack, okay? You grab your backpack and you wave to your family. You're like, bye, bye. I'm going on an adventure. I'll see you later. It's just this world of endless possibilities and opportunities. You want to get on your high legs and just run towards it all. Though still, it's not necessarily what you're running towards that overly matters. It's the journey itself. Hitting the target is more of the Aryan nature. They see the target and they just run at it. But for you, you shoot your arrows towards all of these different targets. You have so many. And so it's these journeys that you embark on in order to sort of get there. But before you even get there, you're already to this thing and to that thing. But whilst you're in this thing and that thing, you're experiencing it all, and you're expanding and expanding, and you're growing and you're growing. Therefore, you can just accumulate so many amazing life experiences to share with the world. And this is why you're the teacher, why you make such great teachers. So yeah, you're shooting these arrows across the world. You know, you're gonna travel from one country to the next, read this book on geography to this book on the Mayan tribes, watching this documentary about nature to hiking a volcano fearlessly. The world is for the taking, Sagittarius risings. And you also possess the positivity and the optimism as you approach these things as well, because you believe in yourself, and believing that it's all gonna work out okay is so powerful. It's you who's able to keep the faith, and to you life is just so free and spontaneous as you express all of this enthusiasm. You're just going to be a person who possesses an amazing gift of being able to transform any negative situation into a positive one. Seriously, talking to a Sagittarius rising about how you simply had a bad day at school or at work, or you had a horrible weekend, most likely than not, they are gonna turn that frown upside down. This reminds me of my Sagittarius friend. Not only would he tell me his open and honest opinions on things, he would also help me see that there is a lovely silver lining. You're just gonna be a person who does not like to be held back in life, whether that's in love or in any opportunity for spiritual growth. Because if you are held back, if other people do try to hold you back, you might just be very unhappy indeed. You're the one who's about taking risks, enjoying the physical side of life. You're about exploring, welcoming all the opportunities that want to come your way. No stretch is ever too big for you because you have this wide open and curious, restless nature about you who's very much capable of achieving anything that you do set your mind to. And whilst Pisces can martyr themselves for others, you can act as this type of savior for others because you're the one who you kind of make other people believe in miracles. In fact, whenever you were born, you might have even been a miracle. There could have been some sort of miracle at birth. Even take my own chart for example here. Whilst I'm not a Sagittarius rising, I do have Jupiter conjunct my ascendant. When I was born, I had 2 holes in my heart. And I also lost a pound in one night. So safe to say, I wasn't doing very good whenever I was born. And, you know, my parents were deeply worried about me, of course, as you would be. But hey, I'm here. I'm alive. My mom actually tells this story to other people that she meets and how she and my family prayed to God for my recovery. So yeah, just perhaps it was a miracle. Ultimately, it's you, Sagittarius risings, who have been truly blessed. You've been truly blessed, and you can also bless others with your wisdom and inspiring outlook on life. And I think that there is a huge lesson that we can learn from Sagittarius, and that is this whole concept of being able to overcome this sense of fear that can hold us back from really going after what it is that we want to achieve in life. Ultimately, it's about seeing life as abundant and full of opportunities for us to explore. So now we have established what Jupiter represents and also the role that it will play in your life. How exactly can you interpret your Jupiter placement within your birth chart? Now, whichever sign Jupiter is in will tell you how you are fortunate and quite lucky, how you might be excessive, because Jupiter can also, you know, what I'm saying about just doing so many things that can result in excess tendencies, how you achieve your goals, how you find your meaning in the world, how you expand your consciousness, and how you learn about the greater concepts of life. But whichever house your Jupiter is in, it will tell you where you might find this fortune and luck, where you might be excessive, where you can really achieve, where you find meaning in the world, where you can expand your consciousness and learn about the greater concepts of life. So let's take a couple of examples. On that note, if you do have a Sagittarius rising or you know anybody with a Sagittarius rising, then please be sure to let me know about your experiences in the comments section. Take a person with a Sagittarius rising, their Jupiter in Virgo in their 10th house. Jupiter in Virgo is pretty damn lucky when they're being helpful, when they're being practical and orderly, and whenever they're able to pay attention to the details. And the fact that this is all happening in their 10th house does suggest that also this person has a Virgo midheaven. So it really heightens all this. It really does look at them doing well when it comes to them being of service to other people. So they can get involved within the health industry, or within nutrition, things like that. However, the quickest way that this person might lose their good fortune is by simply taking on far too many things. Just taking on far too much that they can handle, that they cannot keep up with it all. It is their sort of perfectionist type of attitude that might actually hinder them from helping other people. So it's good for them to be aware of the accessibility, right? Being too much in excess because of Jupiter here, and maybe doing too much within that career field or asserting themselves far too much. So yeah, they can become quite overwhelmed if they're not careful. Jupiter here as well might even result in them being too critical or too irritable. This is going to be a person who really gets a lot of recognition as well for their efforts within the work circle, within the career. And they're also going to be highly compassionate and generous towards other people within this sphere, or within just the public in general, within that whole arena. You know, they're going to go out into the public and they'll feel like they just want to give and give and give. They might even feel responsible to uplift other people or to uplift their career and to keep reaching for that social reputation that they might want so much, so badly. For them, personal achievement is really quite important. It can also suggest that they're going to be talented when it comes to things such as science or literature. They will possibly love to just do research, you know, where they're constantly researching within a type of career, or they might even make really great librarians or a career where they can write, where they can publish, where they can travel, where they can deal with other cultures. And of course, like I was suggesting at the beginning, teaching. Being able to teach. Possibly even this person might teach English abroad, for example. Let's also take a person with Sagittarius rising, Jupiter in the sign of Aquarius in their 3rd house. Now, Jupiter in Aquarius tends to attract luck to them whenever they are quite impartial, whenever they're more inventive, whenever they are cooperating with other people, with the larger group and things like that. And they'll probably do their best work whenever they have the freedom to do so. There is also a very high level of curiosity to this person, where it can even get to the stage where it's completely overboard. Curiosity killed the cat comes to mind with a person with a Jupiter in the 3rd. But yet they do have this amazing ability to really jump around from one interesting thing to the next. Though still, for the most part, when they do communicate with people, they want it to be really positive, and they're probably perceived by others who they are communicating with as very positive. So whilst they will share whatever information they've acquired, because they've probably acquired a lot, they're probably going to be into so many different sources. Jupiter in the 3rd is going to want to acquire knowledge in a way that's just ever expanding and ever growing. There's no limits to it. And the fact that it's an Aquarius as well suggests that they're going to do it in a very progressive way, where they're really going to think outside the box in terms of the sources they might go for. They might think outside the box as well when it comes to how they write and how they do come across. But with all this information that they do accumulate, they will want to share it, because they'll feel that if they share it with other people, then other people will look at them as quite interesting individuals. Though what I will say with this placement is they might turn their ideas into opinions, and so they could find it difficult to really tell the difference between the two. The difference between what is an idea they have on something or what is their opinion on something, because for them the thought processes are just all merging together. They're coming into this alignment with their belief system, right? With Jupiter, with their higher mind. When they do want to express something, it just comes out huge. Ultimately, this is going to be a person who's open to new trails of thought, new ways of thinking, new ways on how to really express themselves. They're going to have these original ideas, and they're going to be very futuristic in how they do things. They might even possibly attract luck and fortune to them whenever they are using their mind to come up with these innovative and original ideas. This person will just want to make the world a much better place for everybody involved. So they're going to be amazing when it comes to networking, and they're going to be able to inspire others with their bigger concepts on life, their wider concepts of life, and all as a way to move society or humanity towards bigger and better things. Okay guys, so that concludes my video on the Sagittarius rising chart ruler. In the next video then, we're going to be discussing the Capricorn rising. Yes, so if you'd like to keep up to date when that video would be and you've not yet subscribed, then click the subscribe button, of course. And yeah, thank you so much for watching guys, and thank you as always for subscribing, and I will be back with another video very soon. Bye!